from this program, they can be a health and safety officer, risk manager, project planner, contract manager, procurement officer. So you can find that all these job scope is related to the whole construction project. Okay, so now for the entry requirements, so if let's say you are the STPM student, then you need to have 2 grade C. Okay, then for sure for other requirement you still can search online anytime. And then now I will continue with the Department of Electronic Engineering. So Department of Electronic Engineering, they offer 2 programs. One is engineering program, another is technology. So I start with engineering first. Okay, as we all know, engineering program is 4 years program. Okay, so this is electronic engineering. So firstly, initially, I would like to differentiate the electric and electronic between these 2 things. Okay, electrical engineer, their job scope will be involved the electricity supply from the manpower generation station until they supply the electricity to the building, to the industry area. So you can find that electrical engineer, they have a chance to contact with a high voltage power supply. Then we come back to the electronic engineering. So electronic engineering, they will focus on the electronic. So similar like the electronic appliance that we use every day, like our handphone or this thing. So electronic, we know that the voltage for electronic mostly is 5 watts. And then for sure, the student who enroll this program, they have the chance to learn the electronic knowledge, include the circuit, the board, how to design the circuit, how to build a board, and then how to do the programming to control the board so that the board that you design become a control system. And then you can produce another new electronic appliance, something like that. For sure, you also have a chance to learn the knowledge about communication engineering and even signal processing. Okay, as we know that our electronic appliance, for example, like handphone or this thing, we need to send out our data. Then how it's sent out? So it is through the wave. So all these things you will learn. Okay. And now for the career prospect for this program, so you can involve yourself in the electronic industry. So for the electronic industry here, got some example and even company as well. So you can be R&D engineer, and you also can be the circuit designer, or you also can be the project engineer that related to the electronic project. And then you also can become industrial automation engineer. Okay, if let's say the graduate is interested with the master program, they still can enroll as well. Okay, so the entry requirement, the important subject is mathematics and physics. Okay, okay, now we continue with the technology program. The technology program is electronic system. Okay, the difference between this electronic system and electronic engineering that we offer is this electronic system program, they are 3 years program. And another thing is they are work-based learning module. That means the student, they need to study in university for 2 years. And then another 1 year, they need to go to industry to go through the practical. So for your information, this program have partnered with 2 key companies. So one is Infineon, another one is Vitrox. These 2 electronic company, they are readily do accept the graduate, the student from this program to have their industrial practicals in their company. So from here, you can know that if let's say you enroll this program, that means you have a chance to have a very well practical experience in real industry before you graduate. Okay, so for the career prospect, so for sure it's similar. You still can involve yourself in the electronic industry. Okay, now for the entry requirement for this technology program, the important subject is mathematics. Okay, now just now I got mentioned about master program. Actually, this department, they also offer master in engineering for electronic systems. That means no matter you enroll the engineering, electronic engineering, or another technology program, you can further study. Okay, you can further study for sure after you complete 1 year study as master in Utah. So you have another option whether you want to continue another 1 year in OTH Germany. Okay. Okay, all right. Now we continue with the environmental engineering department. Okay, environmental engineering department, they offer 2 programs. One is engineering, another one is science. So I start with the environmental engineering first. Okay, environmental engineering is a program that there is a combination of civil engineering and environmental science. Then you will have a question on what is the role of the environmental engineer. Okay, actually, the environmental engineer, their main role is always ensure we have clean water, clean air, and also have a proper waste management. Okay, they want to take care on our environment. So now, for example, in the factory, every factory, we know that they will produce some waste. The waste can be in wastewater, or can be in solid waste, or can be in waste gas. So that factory, they will hire the environmental engineer to help them to control all this waste in order to avoid environmental pollution. So as an environmental engineer in certain factory, they can help the factory to take care on the wastewater treatment plant and make sure the wastewater, the quality always fulfill the standard of government. So they need to have some treatment process. Or if let's say that company at that factory, they have a waste gas, that means the environmental engineer, they have the knowledge and skill to decide what air filtration system they need to install to filter the waste gas. Okay, now if let's say the environmental engineer, they are working in the company, which is the consultant for every factory. That means they can help every factory that come to their consultant office. They can help them to design their wastewater treatment plant, and then also to perform the construction work. That means the environmental engineer, they need to have a civil knowledge. Okay, that's why here is a combination of civil engineering here. Okay, another one, waste management. So for sure is landfill. It's important landfill site, is important solid waste management method. So the environmental engineer also can work in landfill site to help to manage the whole site in order to protect the environment. Okay, so for sure the career prospect is similar like what I give the example just now. Is involve the environmental engineer, environmental planner, designer, or even landfill engineer, and so on. Okay, so now the entry requirement, the important subject is maths and physics. Okay, okay, now I continue with the science. Bachelor of Science, honor, environmental, occupational safety and health. So from here, you can find that there is 2 scope you need to learn for the student. Okay, so the first one is environmental health. Another one is occupational safety and health. So these 2, environment and safety, it seems like not that important, right? Actually, no. Environment and safety is very important in every industry. Okay, that means the graduate can involve themselves in every industry as long as there is a need to maintain the environment health and also to have safety in their factory. Okay, for example, after the graduate, okay, graduate from this program, they have the knowledge on all related rules and regulation about the environmental health and occupational safety and health. Because in industry, we need safety. Why? Because for example, like a civil work construction project, we need to ensure when we want to raise out a very heavy metal bar to a very high level. So whether this action is safe enough or not, whether it will hurt the public or hurt the workers, all this safety measure is important. And for example, if let's say for a chemical factory, the chemical factory, for sure they have chemical storage, right? So we need to have the knowledge on how to handle the chemical safely. If let's say we need to store the chemical, we know that actually different kind of chemical, some of the chemical cannot be stored together, because if let's say if got leaking problem, then the two chemical they mix together, finally what will happen? Explosion will happen if let's say these two chemical will explode when they mix together. So this is another important safety issue we need to take care. Another one is the firefighting system. I'm sure you all know already, every building we have the firefighting system. Okay, so all these things we have the guideline, rules and regulation. So students will learn all this information. Okay. So now for the career prospect, the student, the graduate can involve themselves as a occupational safety health officer, or even can be auditor. If let's say they want to be auditor, they need to go through some training and get the certified professionalship. And then they become the auditor to audit other factory, whether they have all these fulfill all these safety rules and regulation or not. Okay, and others. All right, the important subject to enroll this program is either one from the biology, chemistry, and physics, either one. And then another subject is mathematics. Okay, all right. Now I continue with the fourth department. Okay, the fourth department is industrial engineering. So industrial engineering, they offer two programs. One is industrial engineering, another one is Bachelor of Technology in Industrial Management. So I start with engineering first. Okay, industrial engineering. From the word, from our understanding, industrial engineering means the engineer can fill in all kind of industrial. Yes, okay. Actually, their main role is industrial engineer. They will have the ability to help the industry to improve their performance, to improve their efficiency, to optimize their processing. Okay, so that the factory, they can save more cost or even save more time to complete a task. Okay, for example, if let's say you are now got a big warehouse, inside the warehouse, there is a lot of storage, a lot of stock inside. For example, like in the first picture. So now, every day, there is a lot of forklift. They try to take out the stock, and some forklift, they try to put in the stock. Okay, but then the manager, maybe they found that, how come I got so many forklifts, but the work performance, the efficiency is not high enough, and the duty still always drag. Okay, and then they will try to hire the industrial engineer to help them. So the industrial engineer, they come, they will observe and apply the knowledge they learn in their degree level, and then with the data they generate, and try to do some optimization and come up with a solution, okay, to the factory in order to improve the whole process efficiency. Maybe after the help of industrial engineer, the process, the time, the duration for them to remove the stock become shorter. And then for sure, the workload that can be complete in one day will improve. For sure, similar like the production line. So the engineer, industrial engineer, they have the skill, they have the knowledge, and they have the ability to understand the readily available technology. Okay, from there, they no need to replace the new technology, no need. They just based on the current system and try to do improvement and come up with a solution to improve their performance. This is the rules of industrial engineer. Okay, so students who enroll this subject, they will learn some technology, include the computer aided design, computer aided manufacturing, and even programming, and even 3D printer or industrial robot technology. All this they will learn because they need to have all this knowledge. Okay, beside the management skill, for sure they need to learn the management skill. So from the career prospect, you can find that seems like many kind of engineer they can become, right? So like industrial engineer, process engineer, project engineer, quality engineer. So the industrial engineer, they can involve in all these engineer, and play the role to help that section to meet some improvement. Okay. Okay, the important subject for the entry requirement is mathematics and physics. Okay, so now I will continue with the technology program. Okay, the industrial management. So you found that this subject, what is the difference with the industrial engineering? Okay, so industrial management program, they are more focused on the management skill. That means student, their syllabus is more focused on the management skill. Okay, and now this technology program, they are 3 years program. Okay, compared to the engineering program. Okay, all right. So for the career prospect, so the graduate can involve in some related industry, for example, like engineering analysis, logistics, manufacturing, operation, management, product testing, and so on. Okay, all right. The important subject to enroll this program is mathematics. Okay, all right. Okay, now we come to the last department. That is Department of Petrochemical Engineering. Okay, so the program they offer is Bachelor of Engineering Honor Petrochemical Engineering. Okay, so you will find that Petrochemical Engineering program being offered in Utah, okay, is a bit different from others, right? Normally, university will offer petroleum engineering or even chemical engineering, but in Utah, we offer petrochemical engineering. So now I would like to introduce the petrochemical engineering for you all. Okay, so petrochemical engineering, they are, you apply the knowledge of science and try to convert the petroleum to become a useful product. Okay, so from the petroleum to become useful product. Okay, and another one, petrochemical engineering, they involve a very wide range of field. Okay, for example, like oil and gas industry. Another one is petrochemical industry. Another one is pharmaceutical industry, and even paper industry, food processing industry, healthcare industry, electronic and advanced material, okay, biotechnology, all these fields. You will find that why petrochemical is not just fuel. Okay, when we see the word petrol, for sure is fuel, all this, right? When this is a when we come to the petrochemical, let me tell you how to produce petrochemical first. Okay, okay, now we know that for the petrochemical, we name it as petrochemical because their origin is from the petroleum. Okay, so the petroleum, we take it from the ground and then we get the petroleum. But now the petroleum, they have no any market value if, let's say, without any processing. Okay, so we need to process it. So we go through the refining process, okay, through the fractional distillation, and then the petroleum, their hydrocarbon component will be separate. So now the product we can obtain is fuel and petrochemical. Okay, fuel. What is the example of fuel we can obtain from the petroleum? For example, like natural gas is a fuel, and then petrol, diesel, jet fuel, all this is fuel. Okay, and next, petrochemical. So all this hydrocarbon, we also can convert it to become chemical product. Okay, yes, they are chemical because their origin is from petroleum, so we name it as petrochemical. Okay, if let's say we only talk about chemical, then chemical can involve petrochemical and other chemical. For example, ethanol. We know that ethanol, their source is from the petroleum. So ethanol is petrochemical. Then another one is bioethanol. We know that bioethanol similar like ethanol, but then bioethanol is from the biomass, go through the fermentation process. So bioethanol, their source is from the biomass, the plant base. They are not from petroleum. So bioethanol is chemical. Okay, so hopefully you can understand. So petrochemical, what is the example of petrochemical? The first one is chemical, right? So the chemical. And second, do you know what is plastic? What is polymer? Okay, plastic and polymer, all this actually is the derivative from the petroleum. Okay, so now in our life, we got a lot of product is made by the plastic. For example, our credit card also plastic. Then how about glove? Then how about our plastic bag? And how about our bottle, mineral water bottle? And how about the casing of the electronic appliance like camera? And how about the balloon? Then how about the plastic like the tire? And also even the synthetic fiber. Okay, all this is belongs to petrochemical product. Okay, now another industry, that is fertilizer. Okay, we know that nowadays our population is too high. Then agriculture, the sector in development is huge because they want to fulfill the demand. Okay, and then for sure the vegetable plantation, we need apply a lot of fertilizer to improve the productivity. Okay, fertilizer, we got two kind fertilizer, right? One is organic, another one is synthetic. So now we go to the synthetic fertilizer, that is ammonia. The ammonia in the synthetic fertilizer, actually how they produce, they are produced from the petrochemical. So fertilizer, synthetic fertilizer is petrochemical product. Okay, so down here from the slide, you can find that actually petrochemical industry, they involve the upstream oil and gas industry. They also involve the chemical industry. Okay, they also involve the manufacturing industry, for example, like glove industry, plastic industry, for example, plastic injection, plastic molding, all these things. And another one is fertilizer industry. Okay, hopefully my explanation can improve your understanding about petrochemical field. Okay, now another information to share you. Okay, now today when the oil price is fluctuating, okay, one thing will be very worry is about, people will worry about whether when I enroll petrochemical engineering program, whether it will affect my future career. Okay, now you already understand what is petrochemical engineering, right? It is not just the field, it also include the petrochemical product. Okay, the manufacturing industry. Okay, before this, the petrochemical, the petroleum, most of the petroleum will convert to the fuel, and only about 20% of the petroleum will convert to become petrochemical, and then produce all the petrochemical product. Okay, for everyone. Okay, now we found that actually the demand of the crude oil, that petroleum as a fuel, reducing. Why is reducing? The first one, the fluctuating of the oil price. The oil price become not stable. Okay, and then another one is because of the current issue, that is the COVID-19 problem. Okay, we found that the demand for the transportation fuel or even industry fuel is reducing. Okay, another one is a development of the renewable energy. So now today we're talking about sustainable green energy, all this. Then now got a lot of some of the renewable energy being developed and try to replace the conventional fuel like crude oil. Okay, so another thing we found out is the demand on the petrochemical increase nowadays. Okay, what is the reason petrochemical demand increase? Okay, first thing is the increase of population. We know that nowadays we got a lot of people. Then how about the petrochemical product? So the demand on the product increased significantly. Another one is the Industrial Revolution 4. Now we are applying the Industrial Revolution 4 in industry. So now you can find that the industry, their productivity will improve significantly because of the Industrial Revolution 4 technology. Okay, when the productivity try to increase, for sure the raw material consumption also increased, right? That means the demand on the petrochemical increase also. Okay, from here what you can find is the opportunity for the petrochemical industry is huge. Okay, another thing to share you is from the news. Okay, this news is reported that the Saudi Aramco, they start to focus the conversion of their petroleum to more to the petrochemical. They hope that they can convert up to 45% by 2025. Okay, more product will be the petrochemical. Okay, another thing, this news report that the Reliance Industrials Ltd, it wants the operators of world biggest petroleum refining complex to focus on to convert the petroleum to more valuable petrochemical. So from here, you also can find that currently the market, they want more petrochemical. Okay, and even the PGN in a company, they also look for the petrochemical industry. Okay, this news to show you, there's a project that is the Petrochemical Hub project is proposed to build in Sarawak. Okay, from here, they predict around 74,000 of job opportunity will be available soon. Okay, so from here, what we can find is the petrochemical engineering, the field now contain a lot of opportunity. Okay, for sure, the graduate from this program, they have a lot of opportunity in their career. Okay, so for the student who enroll this program, what they will learn? They will learn the knowledge on design, how to design the reactor or even other equipment in a factory, and also they manage to design a whole plant. Okay, as a project before they graduate. Okay, another thing, they also can learn about a lot of manufacturing process, for example, like plastic injection, molding, all this knowledge they will learn. Okay, for sure, they also will learn some R&D skill, research and development skill. So as the graduate, they can go become the process engineer, they can become the design engineer, they can become the project engineer, and then they can become the R&D engineer. For sure, if let's say they want, they also can further study. Okay, we also have the master program for them to further study. Okay, so for entry requirement, the important subject to enroll this program is mathematics and chemistry. Okay, okay. So that's all for my sharing. Hopefully from my sharing, you all have a more clear idea on what you will learn from all this program in FEGT and what is your future career prospect. Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you to our speaker, Dr. To, who shared this amazing information to us, and that's awesome. So now we go for Q&A session. Just a reminder to our friend here, please raise your question in the Q&A button. Due to the limited time, actually, we are only able to pick some question to answer, but it's okay. We open for this Q&A session now. So any question from the floor here? Okay, you are welcome to ask question. Yeah. Okay, beside Q&A, if let's say our friend here, you have some time here, you can look at our chat box. Okay, we have shared you a link, evaluation form. Okay, you just click on it and do the evaluation for this talk. And then we are actually open Q&A, okay, for our friend from the floor. Okay. So beside waiting our friend here to raise up a question, actually we are ready, okay, to ask some question. Then maybe Dr. Tan, okay, can try to explain or answer us. So Dr. Tan,
Yeah, sure.
what is the challenging and best part, okay, when students choose engineering program in Utah? Okay, and also a condition to register as an engineer. I think this is a general question that we usually we meet. Okay, when a student, okay, they come in, okay,
Mhm.
and then they will concern about, okay, how to be, okay, an engineer, and the
Oh,
challenging and the best part.
okay. Thank you,
Yeah,
Jeffrey, for the
thank you.
question. I think a lot of just those friends who finish SPM is always wondering what is engineer and what's the best part and challenging. I think in engineering program, we are training our students to be a multidisciplinary graduates with critical analysis and thinking and multidisciplinary. So our students will be exposed to like what Dr. Topei was saying that, for example, in a petrochemical, will be doing a lot of design and real industry problems. So this is the challenging part that I think all students will enjoy. And the best part of being studying engineering program, I think uh, one of it is our beautiful scenery. I think in Utah campus, you can see from the virtual background that I have, I think it's a very beautiful campus. I think our friends from all around Malaysia, if you have time, you can drop by our campus. And of course, we have a very young and vibrant workforce as well. All the lecturers are very helpful. And I think we also have a very good facility in Utah. That's the best part. I think a student, we have a state-of-the-art technologies with a very high-end equipment as well, like Dr. To said just now. For example, the 3D printer. I think everyone is talking about the 3D printer. Yes, we have this in our faculty, and all of you are most welcome. If you want to inquire how does it work, please give us a call or and drop us an email. We can also show you how 3D printer works. How to be an engineer? I think you must be positive thinking and then must be able to solve problems because I always believe an engineer is to solve problems everywhere you, whether it's academics as a work academic or industry, engineer is to solve problems. And you must have the management skill as well. That's why we introduce several elective courses in our engineering program as well. They will expose to project management and they also will have other soft skills. And I think to add in more, I think the soft skill part of our Utah graduate is very something that I'm very proud. They managed to just not only excel in theoretically in class, they also can present themselves in the industry as well. I mean, when they graduate or when they're going to internship as well, most of our students could perform up to the standard set by the industry. I hope that will answer the question by Jeffrey.
Okay, Dr. Tan, that's actually a good answer. And then because you are in engineering field, so this is a variable answer that maybe from your journey to become an a lecturer or academician or researcher in this field, or we can say that you are the one who can share this the best part of the challenging of this engineer to our potential student so that they can have a concept. Okay, so while waiting for the next question, so any question from the floor? Okay, so it's okay. We have another question here. Another concern question that usually we meet the student, they will ask, what is the preferable salary range as a fresh grad, okay, fresh
Mm-hmm.
graduate who working
Mm-hmm.
in engineering field? I think this is what our student always concern and will ask us at the moment. Okay.
Okay, good.
Uh-huh.
I think everyone is I would say realistic lah when they asking this kind of questions.
Yeah.
Definitely, as a choosing the engineering program, we categorize this as a professional uh, occupations where we have a board of engineers and same like the doctors and nursing board, they have their board. So the salary, I would say, depending on the area or the industry. In Malaysia, I think it can go as high as 4,000 to 5,000 depending on the location. Of course, if you're talking about, for example, since Kampa is in northern part, in Penang, is a fresh graduate. Just now, I think Dr. To's presentations about the Vitrox and Infineon as well. So these two companies are also very competitive in offering our graduates. So if the students are in electronic engineering in the northern part, I think they can expect a salary of starting salary to 3,000 to 4,000. But of course, if they are in oil and gas companies, prominent companies such as Shell, Petronas, ExxonMobil, if they are working in the East Malaysia, they can expect a salary up to, I would say, 6 to 8,000 is so is very normal, I think, for oil and gas industry. I think Dr. To also addressed the misconception and misunderstanding of the petrochemical industry. And because I think when the petrol price goes down, all the parents are very worried on the job opportunity for their kids when they graduate in, let's say, 4 to 5 years. I think Dr. To already addressed it. Now, the current price of oil is only 42 USD per barrel. Up to 2008, it was 150 USD per barrel. So petrochemical industry is booming now because the raw material is very cheap, and the price of plastics, for example, I think everyone have a plastic product. Everyone must have a one Tupperware at least, minimum one, I think, nowadays in Malaysia, for example. So can you just imagine how many products that we produce from petrochemical? All right.
Right, thank you. I think this is a great finding and situation Malaysia encounter now, and a good sharing from Dr. Tan here, beside to answer this question. And another question regarding any chances for student to take part in engineering research project in Utah, because Utah actually we have a URS,
Yes.
Utah Student Research Scheme, to let students to involve and learn more beside after lecturer teaching, and they learn, and then actually they can have this hands-on or involve this project that lead by our academician or lecturer in Utah. So for this question, maybe Dr. Tan, you can try to share what our students can know more about it.
Yeah, sure. Of course, Utah is very proud that we have our own URS, like you say, undergraduate research scheme for all the undergraduate students who are interested to join the research project by any academicians. And I think in FEGT also we have very active students who are involved in this URS, as well as the students, especially from the final year students who are given the opportunity to compete their FYP project in external competition as well. So the students are given an opportunity, and even we are fortunate that Dr. To herself is here, and Dr. To lead her students to several external competition, especially in I-Complex in Perlis, I think. So this is a very good opportunity for undergraduate students to be exposed to R&D research opportunity apart from the theory classes or even practical classes by the lecturer, something beyond the classroom. And I want to emphasize also that in FEGT laboratory, we are practicing open concept. The students are most welcome to use the laboratory at any time, provided, of course, the supervision by our lab officer. And the students can come in and then do any innovative project, because we believe innovation must not be restricted at all times. So our students are most welcome to use the laboratory. So a lot of opportunity is given to our students to be involved in research parts.
Okay, that's great. All right. So this is the best outcome, I think, for student after they input in the lesson of the class, and then they can try to output what they learn, and then to implement something challenging, or they can feel satisfactory about this result. So while waiting for another question, I think I can try to let our friend from the floor can try to ask. Let me check the question from Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay.
Abhi, we have the two attendees here. No problem. You can ask
Yeah.
any questions.
Yes.
You can also ask Dr. To if you want to. We are open for any discussion.
So our friends here, any question? Khan or Isan Ali, you are welcome to ask. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Any collaboration between Utah and engineering company within Malaysia or overseas? Or maybe Dr. To or Dr. Tan can try to share what we can know.
Yeah, I can answer that. I think for just now in the presentation itself, Dr. To also already stated a list of electronic engineering companies that FEGT especially work with. We can just name those very big or multinational company, including Intel, Infineon, Kulim, Osram, Vitrox. These are multi-billion companies that FEGT works with. We also work with other industry as well. This including Titan, Chemical Titans, and all those big Petronas. We also always send our students for internship. For your information, most all our program, the students must undergo minimum of 3 months of internship. So we have a strong collaboration with them, and they always accept our students. I think nowadays, glove companies is very hot in the news due to the pandemic. Of course, we also petrochemical students or environmental engineering students also eligible to work in this glove industry. So we always send students to, for example, Top Glove, Hatalega, and all those companies.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Tan. Beside the question of this, what is the challenging or the best part for a student to choose this engineering program in Utah? And can we say as a summary for this webinar, what is your advice to our potential student here for he or she, if let's say he is going to take up this engineering program in Utah? Yeah.
Yes, thank you. I think if you want to choose engineer, you must have passions to learn, and must be able to like the challenge to solve problem. Like I say, solving problem is one of the main aspect of an engineer. And I think our engineering programs are very comprehensive. Like I say, we train our students to be multidisciplinary. That's why I would say our alumni have no problems with the employment, whether in Malaysia or in overseas, especially Singapore, who employ a lot of our alumni. So I think the best is that you must have passion in choosing this. It's not necessary that you must excel in your academics only, but you must have passions to solve problems, to learn new things, because engineering field is always evolving. You can see nowadays, if I tell if I told you 10 years ago everyone will have one smartphone, I think you won't believe me. But now I think a youngster, everyone will have one smartphone. Without smartphone, life is not the same anymore. So, and even nowadays, I think the evolving of technologies will not be possible without the engineers. Nowadays, you can see most of the technologies that we are seeing, the industry 4.0, the automations are made possible because of the engineering works. So I think if you want to be part of this exciting world, do come and join us this engineering program. I'm so sure that you will enjoy this. I think that's all, Jeffrey.
Yeah, that's all. Okay, that's all that we can see. Okay, and try to. That's a good advice. What our Dr. To and Dr. Tan sharing today. And thank you. Due to the limited time. Okay, thank you to our speaker today who shared this valuable info with us. We are about to end the webinar session now, but as we mentioned earlier, okay, Utah do offer engineering program, and I will give you all a quick look with some of our Utah info here as well. Okay, so before we move on, Okay. Okay, if let's say our friend here haven't done this evaluation form, okay, you can, if let's say as Dr. Tan say, smartphone is very important nowadays, the technology part. So if let's say you have a handphone, you can try to scan this, okay, as a evaluation form for us, okay. So your answer, okay, can let us know more about it, okay. Or you can try to move on to this chat box. You can see our technician here already share you a link. Okay, you can access and answer it. Okay. So this is Utah campuses. Okay, we have award-winning Kampa campus in Perak. Okay, this is our main campus. As Dr. Tan mentioned just now, it's a very beautiful campus we have. Okay, so our branch, okay, Sungai Long campus in Kajang, Selangor. Okay, so this is the area view for Utah Kampa campus. Okay, on 1,300 acre piece of land. This is Tun Dr. Ling Leong Sek Ho. Okay, Utah Sungai Long campus. And we are rich with biodiversity. Okay, it's a very nice campus. You can explore more after you study here. Okay, and the facilities we have. Okay, at Sungai Long campus. Okay, these are the ranking and awards. Okay, I'm not going to read one by one, but as you all can see, this is the result for Utah. Okay, we can implement and keep on moving to the top. Okay, to make sure to ensure our student well study in Utah and good quality to study in Utah, and after that can have a good opportunity in the future. So, okay, we have professional recognition from a different board. Let me highlight, okay, as Malaysia is a signatory of the Washington Accord, okay, Utah engineering degrees are recognized by each signatory as being substantially equivalent to accredited or recognized qualification with its own jurisdiction. Okay, so you can see these signatories of Washington Accord include the country like Australia, okay, Canada, China, Chinese Taipei, Hong Kong, China, okay, India, Ireland, okay, Japan, Korea, New Zealand, Russia, Singapore, and so on. Okay. Okay, so these are the program that Utah offer. We have 119 academic programs, okay, 4 foundation programs, 72 bachelor's program, okay, 31 master program, and 12 PhD program. Okay. So the area of study we have accounting, we have a mathematics program, okay, science, okay, IT, okay, and medicine and health sciences program. Okay, so we will give you another info for our upcoming Cyber Open Day webinar, okay, which is on 15 August 2020, career guidance in Mandarin session, okay, at the same duration from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Okay. And of course, if let's say you have a course inquiry, as I mentioned earlier, like you would like to know the scholarship, student exchange program, or club and society we have in Utah, any question you can try to approach us. Okay, we're having this Cyber Open Day from 8 to 30th August 2020 from 9 to 5 p.m. Okay, you can log on to our Utah website and look for the program page. Then you can see the live chat function there. Okay. So another way to approach us, you can log on to our website study.utah.edu utah.edu.my or /cn for Chinese version, or find us at Facebook page Utah for You. Okay, like our page, and you can update our info from time to time, or even at our WeChat account UtahNet, or maybe you can call us through our hotline 016-2233-557 or 011-1107-3227. Or if let's say you feel comfortable to email us, it's okay. You can email to enquiry@utah.edu.my. Our education advisor from Division of Program Promotion will answer your question. So I think that's all for today. Okay, thank you to all of our friends, okay, for attending the webinar and supporting. So have a nice day to all of you. And thank you, Dr. To, thank you, Dr. Tan, okay, who share a lot
Thank
of
you.
this valuable info with us. Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. Okay.